Hello friends, my name is Marjan and I will be the MC for today's program. On behalf of the Baha'i community of Melville, I would like to welcome you all to this global commemorative event. Warm and special welcome to Coburn Mayor Logan Howlett and his wife, Mrs. Patricia Howlett. Thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to be with us today. Thank you. On 18 June 1983, 10 Baha'i women were taken to square in Shiraz in Iran under the cloak of night. After months of torture and imprisonment, they were mass executed without the knowledge of their families. Their crime was their belief in the Baha'i faith that promoted gender equality, which is absent and criminalized in Iran, justice and truthfulness. This event is part of the global campaign organized by the Baha'i international community called Our Story is One, to honor these women. Their story, however, is not over. It was a chapter in an unfolding story of Iranian women's resilience and sacrifice for equality. Therefore, today we are also honor the long struggle for equality lived by these women and women of all faiths in Iran.
There is indeed no greater power than the power of love. When the heart melts aglow with the flame of love, He's ready to sacrifice all in His love.
Shiraz. In the darkest time of night, they raided my home. They took me away. Shiraz, 18th of June, 83. They took me away. They took me away. They threw me in prison and tortured me. Though blinded and muzzled, my truth still lives on. They threw me in prison, but my soul was free. I raised up my voice, as strong as my faith.
Mahvash was released in 2017. She was arrested again in July 2022, and in November 2023, she was sentenced to another 10 years in Evin prison.
Suddenly, our ancestral homeland was taken from us, and we became the other. Amidst these heavy, crippling accusations and shocking blows, we struggled for basic civil rights.
When the 7 of us, members of a group known as the Friends of Iran, were taken to court with a death penalty indictment, and when, for our simple humane activities, namely voluntary service in managing our community, we were sentenced to 20 years of penal imprisonment, I told myself that one day I would write everything down and expose the baselessness of these espionage charges.
Our story is one, is an important reminder that in today's world, a very complex world, we all need to know, understand, respect and value each and every person who lives on this earth. And I'm just still very emotional from viewing the video presentation today, those 10 innocent young women who remind me in many respects of my wife and my daughter, and now my granddaughter, who's just turned 19 today, that life is precious, and we have to look after them and make sure that they have every opportunity going forward to be a part of the excitement of life, and importantly, the joy of life, and respect and value every single person in today's world. This program to the vice president, very, very good program. Thank you for everything.
But now when I look at this gathering and look at the world, how these 10 women shook the world, I think, well, they knew what they were doing.
It was very short time, very difficult time.
After 40 years, when I go back and think about her and those days, still question. It's not easy. But we miss them. We miss him in a lot, even today, to this day. But she chose her way. And her legacy and what she has done continues in Iran, because now the women in Iran are going through the same thing that Baha'i women were going. From the first start of the Baha'i faith with Tahirih, who took the veil off. Actually, Tahirih took the niqab off from her face, and she was executed. And there were women, the whole Iran, the women in Iran, they want to be free from all the restrictions as women, to wear whatever they want, whether they want to wear something on them or not, what is up to them, but they're not allowed to.
Simin was my youngest sister. There were 10, but I'm sure there are now 1. They have just 1 soul. Maybe 10 bodies, but 1 soul. And not just we as a family are proud of her, but I'm sure all the world are proud of her and them, all of them. But just I have one memory I wanted to talk to you about, which was the night they were decided to hang them. Because I was one of the sisters, I didn't have chance to go to Iran and to see her in a prison. So I was the only one didn't see her. But thankfully, thank God and thank my sister, she came to my dream the exact night. She came to my dream. I remember I went to the prison, but I was out of the prison. And it was a very big gate. I was sitting there and Simin came to me and she sat on my lap and we were kissing. We were really kissing and I was crying and begging her, Simin, please don't go back to prison. Come back, come to us, come with me. She knew how much I love her, but she decided not. And she said, you know, Mahin, I love you. I love all of you, but I cannot come back with you out. I have to go back. So after a lot of kisses and hugging, she left me. I was standing there and I saw the gate was again open and sitting back to the prison and the door was closed. So I think it was my goodbye and her goodbye to me. So that was one of my best dreams in my life. Thank you very much.